Good morning, children. Today I will start the topic agricultural practices for our class 8th boys. And in this topic, as you know that our country population is increasing day by day. For the fulfillment of the demand of the food, it's a very important to grow our crop in large number. For increasing the crop variety, for increasing the crop products, for increasing the cereals, it's a very important to adopt some latest technology, some latest methodology for improving our crop quality, for improving our crop quantity also. As you know, in my first lecture, I told you that what is Green Revolution? In which year the Green Revolution started in our country. The Green Revolution means the production of grains, production of cereals in our country. It tells that it is demand of the country that the crop variety, crop quality, crop quantity should be improved. In that segment, for improving crop variety, in this chapter, crop production, we must follow the instructions, we must follow the latest technology in the agriculture field. You must be knowing that we are adopting different methodology for improving our crop. In this series, in this segment, now today I will start the explanation part of different topics. Okay? After the explanation, you will be able to differentiate between these topics. You can write different questions. You can convert in the fill in the forms. Now, very first, I would like to start the methods for improving crop variety. You can see, for improving crop variety, it is very important to adopt some scientific technology, some latest methodology by which we can improve our crop quality, improve our crop quantity. In 1960, when Green Revolution started in our country, in that revolution we import high grain production quality. The Mexican variety of wheat was brought first time in country, and that variety was known as high yielding variety. The first focus was high yielding variety. High production species were brought. You have heard that this high yielding variety was showing the 10 times production. It was very good crop and it was giving 10 times production in the low input. The crop variety was dwarf. The shape and size of this crop was very short. In taking, the input expenditure was limited, but on the other hand, the production was very good, very high. So this Mexican variety of wheat, which was very good in the high production, were brought in our country in 1960 when the Green Revolution started in our country. In that segment, we also started to choose the disease resistant variety. The variety which is disease resistant, which is not susceptible to disease, the crop which is not going to get disease very quickly, very fast, that variety would be good. In that segment, after the disease resistant variety, we also adopted one more quality in that, and that quality was less time taking variety. One crop is taking 90 days, but on the other hand, a crop which is taking only 75-80 days, that crop, less time taking crop, would be better in expenditure, in timing also. So we should adopt less time taking variety, disease resistant variety, and less water taking, means the variety which is comparatively taking less time, less water, less agricultural fertilizers, and disease resistant variety. So we have to see that when we are growing the crop, we must be economical, we must think about their benefit. It means low input and more output. You must be thinking that will this steps will improve the crop quality and crop quantity? Yes, it will improve the quality and quantity. In the hybridization process, what we do? The term hybrid, HYBRID, hybrid means this crop is having two desirable character in it. In this method, we are preparing the crop in which we are able to inculcate two desirable character in it. I was talking about the quality and quantity. Yes, in this process, in the hybridization process, we are the process in which we are preparing the crop which is having the quality of high production and quality of keeping good nutrients in this crop. So in the hybridization process, we are producing a hybrid variety. It means such a crop which contains both the quality and quantity, like basmati rice, which is not good in quantity, which is giving 10 times. If we are using basmati seed for cropping, this seed is good in quality and quantity both. So it was giving the good production, the hybrid varieties basmati, and with this good production, it was also good in taste. So in this hybridization process, we can prepare such hybrid variety by which we can get more benefit. Now, the second step is very, very important: crop rotation. As I told you, in the crop rotation method, we should not grow same crop year by year. It means we should not grow same crop many years continuously, but we should change our crop after 2-3 years. Suppose we are growing the wheat, and after 2-3 years we should grow the pulses in that very field. What is the importance of growing different crops, changing crop? I would like to tell you that in the crop rotation, we grow a pulse family crop in the pulses roots. They contain root nodules, and by this process, when we are adopting the crop rotation, pulse family crop is grown after 2-3 years, and these crops, they have the root nodules. And what is a special thing in the root nodules, that they contains the rhizodium bacteria. what is special about the rhizobium bacteria? Rhizobium bacteria is having one special quality. This is full of NIF gene. What does this mean? NIF, Ni for nitrogen, F stand for fixing. So these rhizobium bacteria is having one special quality, that they are having NIF gene, by which they can fix the atmospheric nitrogen in the soil. Without using any manure and any fertilizer, we can get these important mineral and nutrients for the crop growth, that is because of the changing the crop. In adopting crop rotation, we are getting 2-3 extra benefit, like we are getting the nutrients in that very soil. There will be no need of using the manure and fertilizer. Without using manure and fertilizer, we are able to make our soil more fertile. The nutrients would be more in that very soil. One more benefit. Suppose there is one tendency in the crop, that when we are growing the same crop year by year, actually what happened, that weeds, you have heard the word weeds. Weeds are unwanted crop with the main crop. These weeds give nothing, but they utilize the nutrients, manure, fertilizer with the main crop, but in turn they are giving nothing to the farmers. So these unwanted crop will automatically stop the next year when we are going to adopt the crop rotation. Although you know that for controlling the weeds, we must use some weedicide, fungicide, insecticide. All other methods, by manual method, we can stop the growth of weeds, but automatically adopting the crop rotation, the growth of that weed would be stopped. How it is stopped? There is one tendency that every crop, like wheat, they have their own weeds. A special type of weeds grow with a special crop. That chaulai, bathua, they will not grow in with the other crop. But when we are going to change the crop, the growth of the weeds would automatically be stopped. So by adopting the crop rotation, I was telling you that the crop rotation will make our soil fertile. It will bring the more nutrients to the soil for the crop growth. The nitrogen would be available, which is helping fruiting, flowering, germination for the crop. Okay, that's all. That's fine, no problem. But when we are changing the crop, in that change, the weed would automatically, the growth of weed would be stopped. Okay, so this was the hybridization, crop rotation. Now moving to the genetic manipulation. Genetic manipulation, genetic recombination, genetic technique is originated from the genetics, and Gregor John Mendel is the father of genetics. And in this segment, I would like to tell you that in genetic manipulation, we can produce a crop which is genetically modified. Now, we can produce genetically modified organism. In this, we can produce a crop which is modified. It means half potato, half tomato. Tomato crop is grown. There is no need of taking 2 bags for 2 crop, but we can grow genetically modified crop, genetically GM crop, genetically modified organism, in which we can keep two quality, three quality in one crop. Like one is flavor saver tomato. A tomato which was only present in for few months, now we can produce a crop variety which is durable for longer duration, and that is because of the genetic manipulation. We can change genetically, we can change. We can delete the harmful genes, we can insert the quality genes in that. Like when we want to keep our, for example, our tomato for longer duration, so what will be the process? We will delay the ripening rate of the tomato. Generally what happen, after ripening the crop, ripening the fruits, it will be destroyed. But when we are going to delay the ripening process, it will be more durable, it will be used for longer duration. So scientists are adopting this genetic manipulation, means addition and deletion of the DNA, addition and deletion of the desirable genes. Now it has been started in our country after 2005. In our country, this genetic manipulation process is involved, and now in this we can grow the genetically modified organism, genetically modified crop. Children, the fourth term, this one is a little bit new for you, but it is nothing, that it's a very simple and very easy. The field follow means 1 year gap. Cleverly we should think that when we are growing our crop continuously, we are not giving rest to that very field, that very soil. It would not be good thinking. So for more production, we are adopting this method, that we will not grow 1 year any crop in that very field. So what will happen, that soil will rejuvenate, will get nutrients, and that soil will become more fertile for the next year crop. So field fallow means 1 year gap. So we are adopting these four methods for the agricultural improvement, agricultural practices by which we can improve. We are adopting other methods also, like disease resistant use of the seed, the high quality seed, disease resistant variety seed, less time taking variety, high temperature resistance variety we can use. So these 4 or 5 topics are very, very important for your agricultural practice, and it could be asked in the examination, unit test, half yearly, annual exam. Now moving to the next topic, which is a cropping pattern. Cropping pattern, what pattern we follow? In the cropping pattern, we follow alternate crop and we follow mixed cropping. Alternate crop means we are growing the crop, one row of wheat, another row of mustard. So mustard, wheat, mustard. So when we are following the row pattern, alternate crop, in one field we can grow 2 crops. And what is the benefit for alternate cropping, that when any crop is going to mature a little bit early, like mustard is matured 15 days before, so we will cut this mustard crop 15 days early, and after ripening the wheat, we can also go for the threshing and harvesting after ripening these 2 crops. So when we are adopting this method, alternate cropping method, means row pattern cropping, which is very, very beneficial for the harvesting, for the threshing. Okay. So in the harvesting, we must see that these crop requirements are matching. They require comparatively same requirement is there, like the manure, fertilizer requirement of water, requirement of irrigation, requirement of the nutrients, and requirement of irrigation is same. That is why at the selection of the seed, we must take care about their requirement. In the mixed cropping, what we do, we don't follow the cropping, this alternate cropping method, but in the mixed cropping, 2-3 varieties are grown in one field at one time, and they are grown in the mixed way, in the mixed pattern, that there is no need of row pattern. We can spray, like you have heard the variety, the sowing methods, like spreading method, plantation. Spreading method means you spray without, and one is transplantation method. The nursery is prepared and then that plant is transplanted. So the transplanting method and spreading method, that is different thing. But here, when we are going to grow, we are adapting the cropping pattern, we must see these two steps: alternate cropping method, in which we are preparing the crop, growing the crop in the row pattern, and in mixed cropping, without following the row pattern, we can grow our crop in the mixed manner. After these things, now at the end session, at the time of closing my chapter, I would like to recapitulate my important topics again for your knowledge. That in the first lecture, I told you that what is green revolution, what are the agriculture practices, why we adopt these methodology, that the main aim is to grow more and more crop, to produce more cereals in our country. For that, you have to see these very topic, and you have to remember the definition, you have to remember the examination examples for this topic, that you must add, you must put some example for the hybridization, for the crop rotation, which crop we are using for this crop rotation, what is the importance, what is crop rotation, what is the benefit of the crop rotation. Now genetic manipulation, what is genetic manipulation, then what is field follow. So when you start the agricultural practices, you must think what we should do. We should adopt the high yielding variety. Now I am going to give you 5-6 questions for the for topic agriculture practices. The first one is write full form. Full form of high yielding variety. Number 2. Define manipulation. It means in this you have to give definition of the genetic manipulation, what we do. Number 3, what is crop rotation? Write its importance. What is write its importance. Write full form of high yielding variety. HYV, define genetic manipulation, what you have to do in the crop rotation, what is important, what is the importance, its significance you can write. You can also define crop rotation, and the last one you can write differentiate between alternate crop and mixed crop. So, in the cropping in agriculture practices, you have to write these questions for your complete knowledge. Like the first one is the full form, high yielding variety. What is the importance? You can also understand the high yielding variety gives more uh, production. The genetic manipulation, we grow the genetically modified crop. In this segment, we produce good quality, good quantity crop. In the genetic manipulation, genetic level is involved. The genetic engineering is involved in this genetic manipulation. The crop rotation, as I told you, that in this method we change the crop, we grow the legumes family, we grow the pulse family crop, in which we can produce more and more crop. And the last one is differentiate between alternate crop methods and mixed crop methods. So I hope, I'm sure that you will be doing your questions in your biology notebook. Thanks.